Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial on the product rule for counting. Firstly, let's look at what the product rule for counting means. Well, the product rule for counting tells us the total number of outcomes for two or more events found by multiplication. So let's look at a simple example question. Here the question states, here is a menu. Customers can only pick one starter and then one main. We're asked to list all the combinations from this menu. See if you can give it a go and press pause if you need. Using a systematic approach, let's start with salad. Well, you could get salad then pasta, salad then rice, salad then burger. Then let's move on to fish as a starter. Well, you could get fish and then pasta, fish and then rice, fish and then burger. Lastly, you could have melon as a starter, followed by pasta, rice, then burger. Therefore, it's clear to see that there are a total of 9 combinations using the systematic approach of listing. So now let's change the question slightly. So the question asks us to work out the total number of combinations. Well, we know we have 3 possible outcomes for our starter. And we know we have 3 possible outcomes for our main. So, using the product rule for counting, multiplying these together gives us a total combination of 9. This logically makes sense because there are 3 possible mains for each starter. So, 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. Therefore, the total number of combinations is 9. We've used the product rule for counting rather than listing our combinations. Now let's look at a slightly different question. Here the question states a cafe owner sells 10 different types of sandwich. Raheem buys a different type of sandwich on a Monday, then on a Tuesday, and then a Wednesday. How many different ways can he do this? Why don't you give it a go and press pause if you need. So, on the first day, which is the Monday, he has a choice of 10 sandwiches. Now, on the second day, which is the Tuesday, he only has a choice of 9 sandwiches. This is because he's already tried a sandwich on the Monday. On the third day, which is the Wednesday, he only has a choice of 8 sandwiches. This is because he's already tried 2 sandwiches in the previous days. So, working this out, 10 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 8 gives us 720. Therefore, there are 720 different ways where Raheem can have a different sandwich on the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now, the difference between the previous question and this question is how the previous event impacts the next event. So, recapping on our last question, you can see whatever we pick as a starter has no impact on whatever we pick as a main course. But in this question you can see, because Raheem has tried one of the 10 sandwiches on the Monday, therefore there is one less sandwich to try on the Tuesday. So the previous event has impacted the next event. These questions are very different but still use the product rule for counting. So it's important to recognize if a question replaces or does not replace an outcome, or if the previous event impacts the following event. So let's have a look at another question. Here the question states there are 95 girls and 87 boys in a year 13 at a school. One girl is going to be chosen at random for the role of head girl. A different girl is going to be chosen at random for the role of deputy head girl. One boy is going to be chosen at random to be head boy, and a different boy is going to be chosen at random to be deputy head boy. We're asked to work out how many different ways this can be done. Why don't you give it a go and press pause if you need. Here we can see there are 95 girls who could be head girl. So if one is selected, there are only 94 girls left who could be deputy head girl. Therefore, the total number of combinations for girls is 95 multiplied by 94. For head boy, there are only 87 boys. This then leaves a choice of 86 boys who could be deputy boy. So therefore, the number of combinations for head boy and deputy boy are 87 multiplied by 86. So, for each combination of our head girl and deputy girl, there are this many combinations of our head boy and deputy boy. So therefore, we multiply them to give a total number of combinations. Therefore, we have 66,814,260 different ways of selecting a head girl, deputy girl, and head boy and deputy boy. Now let's look at a slightly different question. Here the question states there are 17 men in a choir. The choir is going to sing at a concert. 2 of the men are chosen to make a pair to sing the song. Ben thinks the number of different pairs can be chosen is 136, but Mark thinks the number of different pairs that can be chosen is 272. We're asked to find who is correct, Ben or Mark, and give a reason for our answer. See if you can give it a go and press pause if you need. From our question we can see there are 17 men in the choir, so we have a choice of 17 men to be the first singer. Now, for our second singer, because we can't use the first singer again, we only have 16 different men. Therefore, the total number combinations of singer 1 and singer 2 are 272. But this is the total number of combinations. This number of combinations include a duplicate of pairs. For example, we could have Bob and Harry as our first singer and second singer. Another combination included here is Harry and Bob. Now we can see that the pair is the same. So therefore, in order to identify the number of pairs without duplication, we have to make sure we divide by 2. Therefore, the total number of differing pairs is 272 divided by 2, which is 136. This means Ben is correct. In this type of question, it's important to recognize duplicates. So when listing combinations, it's important to recognize, do we have a duplicate combination? And if we do, we have to divide by 2. Now let's have a look at another question. Here the question states there are 8 people in a room. If they shake each other's hand once and only once, how many handshakes are there altogether? See if you can give it a go and press pause if you need. Well, there are 8 different people to choose from. And we know for person 2, once one person has shook another's hand, there are now 7 people to choose from. Therefore, 8 times 7 states there are 56 different combinations. But just like we did in the previous question, we could have one person shaking another person's hand, which is one combination, which is exactly the same as this person shaking this person's hand. So therefore, 56 represents the total combinations, but we have repeated handshakes. So therefore, The total number of handshakes is 56 divided by 2, which is 28 handshakes. This is because we needed to remove a duplication. Now let's look at a slightly different question. In this question it states, in a restaurant there are 9 starter dishes, 15 main dishes, 8 dessert dishes. Janet is going to choose one of the following combinations for her meal. She can have a starter dish and a main dish, or a main dish and then a dessert dish, or a starter dish, a main dish and a dessert dish. Show that there are 1,335 different ways to choose a meal. See if you can give it a go and press pause if you need. So let's start by identifying our different sets of combinations. Well, we could have a set of combinations made from the starter and main. We could have a set of combinations made from the main and dessert. Or we can have a set of combinations made from starter, main and dessert. So let's work out the total combinations for each set. Well, for starter and main, there are 9 different starter dishes and 15 different main dishes. This gives us 135 different combinations for a starter and main. Now for a main and dessert, there are 15 different main dishes and 8 different dessert dishes. This gives us 120 different combinations for a main and dessert. Lastly, let's look at starter, main and dessert. Well, there are 9 different starter dishes, 15 different main dishes and 8 different dessert dishes. So therefore, there are 1,080 combinations for a starter, main and dessert. So, in total, there are 135, add 120, add 1,080, confirms the 1,335 different ways to choose a meal. Now let's look at our last question. Here the question states there are 12 boys and 10 girls in David's class. David is going to pick 3 different students from his class and write their names in a list in order. The order will be boy, boy, or girl, boy, girl. How many different lists can David write? See if you can give it a go and press pause if you need. So let's identify our different sets of combinations that we could have. We could have a set of combinations made from boy, boy, or we could have a set of combinations made from girl, boy, girl. It's important to remember that that student is not replaced once he or she has been selected. So let's start with our first set of combinations. Well, a boy could be selected and it's clear to see we have 12 boys, followed by a girl. Now given a boy is already selected here, it's clear to see we only have 11 boys available. Therefore, the total combinations is 1,320. Now let's look at our second set of combinations. Well, we have 10 girls that could be selected. Then we have 12 boys. And remember, a girl's already been selected, so there are only 9 girls available. This leaves a total of 1,080 combinations. Therefore, the total number of different lists is 1,320, add 1,080, giving us 2,400 different lists. So, in summary, the product rule for counting uses multiplication to find the total number of combinations. This is much quicker than listing combinations. It's also important to read the question carefully and interpret if one event is impacted on the previous event. And finally, when listing, you'll need to recognize if there is a duplicate pairing. Therefore, you might need to divide. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below and subscribe to this channel so you'll be the first to know when we release our next videos.